Our partners have made millions of dollars attributed directly to text blasts. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use text blasts to maximize revenue from your current leads and squeeze more cash from them so that you can increase your return on ad spend, be able to go back and invest more money into ads, and just get more from the leads that you have right now in your CRM. So there are a couple of ways that people use right now to maximize their current leads. One of them is email. Another one is automations. So email is broken down into two. We have like broadcasts and then we have automation. The next one is setters, and those are literally people who call your leads, who set your calls, and so on and so forth. And then we have like manual email outreach. So like manually following up with someone or manually sending them a text message. The issue with email is with email, open rates are not the best. So if you send out 1,000 emails, if you're lucky, maybe about 300 people would actually open the email, meaning that the remaining 700 people, you just lose them. And that's if you have your deliverability really dialed in. Like, so many people don't have that in their favor, and they'll find that they're experiencing a 10% open rate, a 12% open rate. And even those people who tell you that they have a 50% open rate or a 60% open rate is usually because they're only sending their emails to a very small segment of people. Let's say they have 10,000 people on their email list. They are maybe only sending emails to less than 2,000 people, right? And they say, oh, they have amazing open rates. So open rates on just direct broadcast emails are very, very slim and very, very low. That's the first thing. Second one is automations. So my only issue with automations is with automations, there's a point of diminishing returns, which means that if you have, let's say you have 6 emails in an automation, the first 1, 2, 3 emails would be good, right? But once you get to the 4th email, the 5th email, the 6th email, you start to notice a significant drop in the open rates and click-through rates in these emails. So it means that you see like diminishing returns really quickly when it comes to automation. So you can't really use that as well to truly maximize your revenue. For setters, like, this is good, and we always recommend this for clients, but it involves people. And whenever anything involves people, you know that you have to manage these people, you have to train them, you have to monitor their work, and so on and so forth. And then we have manual email outreach, which is just point blank inefficient. Unlike these other strategies, when it comes to text blast, first off, the open rates on text blasts is almost 100%, right? So you get almost a 99% delivery rate. So if you send an SMS to 2,000 people, at least 1,800 would open the email, 1,900 will open the text message rather. So you get a very high delivery rate on your text blast. In addition to that, there's no diminishing returns on this because like the open rates are not going to go down. Yes, everything has diminishing returns, but the diminishing returns on text blast are not as intense as you see with automations, just because the open rates will continue to be high. And as long as you're saying something that is relevant to them and something that will allow them to take action, then it just makes more sense for you to continue to use text blast. And it doesn't involve people. You basically just push a button, you send a text message to an entire list, and don't have anything to worry about when it comes to that. And then it is very high leverage. It's very efficient. You can automate it, you can personalize it, you can do a lot of things with it to just make sure that you're getting all the benefits of all these other systems just from this one system alone. So I'm not saying don't do any of these things. You need to do every single one of them, but you also need to use text blast to the best of your ability. And that's kind of like the next thing here, because most people only use text blast for reminders in their automations. So say for example, they have a webinar coming up. They're only sending text blasts just to get people to show up for the webinar, or they have a sales call coming up. That's the only time they actually text their list to get them to show up for the sales call. But we found that using text blast inside of your sales process is extremely effective when it comes to trying to maximize revenue in your business, and it works insanely well. We discovered this by mistake. We were trying to increase one of our clients' post-webinar sales, and we were using only email follow-ups, and then we added text blast, and we almost doubled the conversion rate post-webinar. And since then, we've started thinking about what are all the different ways that we can use Text Blast within the sales process itself to get people to take the initial action and not just like, oh, reminders, follow-ups, and so on and so forth. What are some use cases that we found when it comes to using Text Blast to maximize revenue? The first one that we found that has worked really well is in your post-webinar automation. So when it comes to your post-webinar automation, usually when you do a webinar, you typically have an exclusive offer during that webinar, and that exclusive offer would expire at a specific time and day. So in addition to the follow-up emails that you send, you want to use Text Blast as well to remind people of the offer. So say you have the offer expiring like in 2 days. You can send a text 1 hour before the expiry time. You can send one day before. And these are just very simple, straight to the point text messages that people who don't open your email would check it out. Those who open your email, it will serve as an additional reminder to them. And this tends to work really, really well when you execute it the right way. Another use case for Text Blast is promoting a free event. So we use this to just really spike the show up rates for our clients when we have a free event coming up. A good example is we have a challenge coming up for a client right now, and every week we are doing a webinar to sell challenge tickets. So it turns out that for our webinar yesterday, which was Sunday, we had an issue with the ad accounts, meaning that we could not spend money on ads as much as we wanted to. So what did we do? We literally gathered everyone who had registered for our webinars in the last about 2 months or so, and we sent them text blasts inviting them to the free event. And we had a total of 125 people register via the ads that we were running, because we had to shut them down early, so we could not even run ads at all. And when the event actually happened, the free webinar happened, we had 145 people in the room. And the only reason we're able to do that is because of Text Blast. So normally with these 125 people, we'll have maybe had like 30 people show up in the room, but we're able to get 145 people show up inside of the room because of Text Blast. So you can see the benefit of having this in place, and a lot of coaches are not leveraging this to the best of their ability. So you need to make sure you're leveraging Text Blast insanely well. Another place where we use Text Blast is in post challenge follow-up. So I have another video on this channel where I go into our exact post challenge follow-up. If you want to check that out, you can just look at the videos on the channel and you will see the exact internal SOPs that we use with our team to get insane results from post challenge follow-up. But your SMS is very, very important here, because you want to text these people, remind them the bonus is about to expire, remind them that, oh, the offer is going to expire soon, remind them we have only 2 spots left, and so on and so forth. So this is also going to be extremely important if you want to maximize your Text Blast. So post challenge follow-up. And then we also use Text Blast for layup deals for setters and closers. So there's something that we do where we literally send a text blast to literally almost everyone on the list, and we say something like, hey, insert first name. So hey, Jack, I wanted to confirm I was reaching out to the right person. And then as soon as Jack should respond, we would have a setter call them up right away and try to book them on a call. So the reason why we do that is because we don't want to just call everybody randomly. We want to make sure someone has showed interest, and as soon as they respond back, they are with their phones, we can quickly dial them and get them to book a call or get them to purchase a product. And that works insanely well. So we use Text Blast as well for layup deals for the closers and for the setters, because it just works, right? Because the delivery rate is insane. People are genuinely going to see that message regardless. So we use Text Blast for that as well. So when it comes to Text Blast, the first thing people like to complain about is, oh, sending SMS is too expensive. So the cost is one red flag that people have with this. But I would say if you have a program that is high ticket, you can easily see the ROI on this very quickly. So just think of it like another channel to run ads from, and you are literally running ads to your own SMS list. And if you spend like $1,000 and you're making back like $20,000 from the Text Blast, then that's like a 20x ROI. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. So if you're truly like business savvy, you would understand how ROI works, and you will know like if you spend 1K on Text Blast and you make back 20 grand, that's pretty good for everyone, and that's pretty decent. You have to be careful as well with the segment. Don't just blast every single person for no reason. Choose the most high intent prospects who are likely to convert, just so that you're not blasting the whole list without reason. And even if you spend like 2K on Text Blast, Even if you spend $5,000 and you make back like 30 grand from that one action, that's a 6-time return on your investment. And these are prospects that would not have otherwise closed if you didn't have a system like this in place. Second thing that people don't pay attention to is the volume. So trust me, you can really push the volume on this. Yes, there's a point you will get to where prospects will start to block you or like send you hate messages just because you sent too many text messages, but you can really push the volume on this. Let me give you an example. If someone should register for one of our webinars, we send them SMS 1 day before, we send them 6 hours before, we do 1 hour before, we do 15 minutes before, we are live, and we do 15 minutes after. And we do this for any events that we have coming up. So whether that is a challenge, a webinar, a pop-up masterclass, whatever type of events we have coming up, we literally always do this for all our clients. So you can really push the volume on this, especially if it is something that they are interested in. And in this case, for a webinar they signed up for themselves, right? We are just reminding them very casually. It could be like reminding them that their discount is going to expire soon. You can really try and push the volume on this and see what happens. When you find a sweet spot where people are starting to complain about what you're doing, then you can dial it back down. And as a result of that, know your sweet spot so you can really push the volume on this. Another mistake that people make is they get banned from their text blast pretty much. So they have like a very high error rate and they have high opt-out rates. And error rates and opt-out rates will get you banned on any platform, on GHL, on Close, whatever platform you send your SMS from. Having these two things will just get you really, really banned. So to fix error rates, you need to make sure that your SMS is compliant, right? And for this, we have what we call our SMS compliance writer. I wish I could show you the SOPs inside of this. And we paste any SMS that we write into this compliance writer, and it would help you rewrite the SMS in a way where it removes anything that is not compliant. So you can't state stuff like dollar figures or income language. You can't make income claims. You can't mention money. You can't use words like passive income. You can't use like CTA heavy languages like jump in now, or you have 5 spots left. Just kind of very aggressive things. You can't use those things. You have to add your identification, like what company is this from? You have to add their first name, like personalization in every single message. So they have all these rules. If you do some research, you will find out what they are. If you want me to send you like actual SOP for writing SMS compliance messages, just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll send that to you for sure. And yeah, really, you want to just make sure you are doing this as well as possible so you don't get error rates. And then the second thing is the opt-out rate. So if you have a very high opt-out rate, what typically causes that is you're still sending SMS to people who have kept you on Do Not Disturb. So you want to have a system that lets you constantly filter out these people and make sure that no one is on Do Not Disturb that you're still messaging. So if you want me to show you how to do this as well, send me a DM on Instagram. I'll have my tech specialist film you a video and send it back to you on exactly how you can solve this DND problem, because it took us a long time to crack this. But once we cracked the automation, then we've never had issues with opt-out rate ever again. So opt-out rate is usually caused because you are sending messages to people who have already kept you on DND. So this can be very easily fixed with a few things on Go High Level. So if you can solve these two problems, you shouldn't have any issues with your SMS delivering. So getting your error rates to be as low as possible. Error rates here just means people who did not receive the SMS. If you get this too high, you will get banned. And if your opt-out rate is too high, you will get banned too as well. And then the last thing is you want to make sure that you have full context in every single SMS. So you don't want your SMS to be like a fraction of what your email is about. You don't want your SMS to not have the full picture. You want to make sure your SMS has the entire picture. That if someone is seeing that SMS only and they have not seen any other post from you, they can know enough information to still take action with your business. If they are seeing SMS for the first time, they know enough to still click the link and the call to action buttons. Well, let me show you an example of one that we wrote recently. So we just wrote these ones like literally yesterday for a client. And this is the one I was telling you that it helped the clients get like 145 people to show up, and we didn't use any ad spend, just from the email list purely. You can see here, we mentioned the client's name, we mentioned the company. We say, I'm going live tonight at 8 p.m. EST for a free class on something a lot of nurses have been asking about: how to start building income outside of bedside nursing while still working full-time. So if someone is seeing only this SMS, they have not seen any email from us, they've not seen any messages from us, they know enough information to still take action from this. This is not a fraction of something. I'm not saying, oh, if you saw my email, then you should do X. You don't want to do any of that. You want to make sure that once they see the SMS, they have enough context to still take action while keeping it within the constraints of the rules of writing SMS that is compliant, of course. So like literally everything here is written in a way where if someone sees only this and don't see anything else, they have enough info to take action. That's one of the things that we found too as well, that helps us get good SMS delivery and good SMS conversion rates. So that's basically what I have for you in this video. I hope this was very helpful for you, and I hope this helps you start to use Text Blast to the best of your ability, because you will make a ton of more money if you actually do this. So if this was valuable to you, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to learn more about how we can help you grow your coaching business, there's a link in the description for you to watch our entire process breakdown step by step. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.